Hey, Plant Pals, Mike the Gardener, and today is a review of a product I've been testing for 3 months now. It's from a company that I've dealt with in the past. I've also bought with my own money products from them in the past, typically lighting products, and it's a company called Neporal, and this is the REDIX. REDIX is in getting rid of the no blue, getting rid of the blue light, and it's got a lot of benefits. And I told the company that I would test it and I would give an honest opinion, and they were very happy with that. And they haven't like tried to rush me or anything. So I told them I want to take a couple months to test it and make sure that it actually works. And they were like, "That's no problem." And what it is this handy dandy little puck-like item here. It looks like almost like one of your. It almost looks like one of those smart devices or whatever. And it actually is a smart device, but it doesn't have the like internet type stuff on there. But what it does is it blocks the blue light from your room. And typically you'd put this like next to your bed. So what you would do is you would put this next to your nightstand um, before you go to sleep. And what it does is it emits and I'll demonstrate it. It emits a red light, and that blocks the blue light. Uh, so it's got many benefits of like, uh, for one thing, my wife is a reader. She likes to read before she falls asleep, and she was having a lot of eye strain and troubles falling asleep because you're not supposed to read before you fall asleep because the especially if you're using like lights, that messes up your sleep rhythm. And this red light is enough light for her to read by, but doesn't have the same effect as the regular room light or whatever when she's trying to fall asleep. And it also has benefits of the light. Your body is on a system where when you see the certain light of dawn, you wake up in the morning, and then the light of dusk makes you fall asleep. That's kind of typical thing, and we've kind of gotten away from that with all our artificial lights. And that's why a lot of people have had to start taking things like melatonin and stuff in order to facilitate proper sleep. But the cool thing about this device, I'm going to kind of talk about this device, is that it's cordless. You can either use it corded or cordless. Oh, actually, I just turned it on. So let's see if I can. There we go. There's a button right here, and that's how simple it is. You just turn it on, and the camera's not really picking up great. You can see on here that it's the red glow, but it's comfortable to use. So you can, it lights up the pretty much the entire room, and because you can see how bright it is, and it allows to make reading easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. So as you can see here, you can either use controls. You can use the controls of the unit itself, or here's a handy dandy remote control. Turn it on this way. I've had it the other way because my wife uses it more than I do because she, like I said, she's the bed nighttime reader, and I really wanted her opinion on this because she's had to like take melatonin and valerian and stuff in order to fall asleep, and I wanted to see if it would make a difference to her, especially to see if how it worked for her. So hold on one second. I'm gonna pause this and I will be right back. Well, first I'm gonna talk about some of the claims they make, and um, then I'll talk about like what we experienced. So if you remember from the 80s, if you're old like me, there was those blue blocker commercials. There were glasses, and they're talking about how it blocks the blue light, which helps your vision. And scientifically later, it turned out that that's an actual true thing. That like especially now in this modern age when we have all these screens that emit a lot of blue light. Like the the blue blocker sunglasses were for blocking blue spectrum from the sun, but we get way more blue light from all these devices and TVs and things we have around us constantly. And we're constantly looking at your phone, and it can mess up your eyes. So there is some good sound science to this. Um, they claim that it uses a specific 600 millimeter red light spectrum, and I don't have a way of testing that. I don't have a testing kit or anything like a light spectrum kit. It says it blocks 100% harmful blue and green light. Um, they go on to talk about how it helps with your natural body rhythm to prepare for resting. The thing I like about it is it does have the very, like I said, very simple controls. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of go over the things that they talk about. Yeah, it does have a nice timer function on it. You can set it to, if you know you're going to fall asleep within 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes. And it's got all that on the remote. You can turn that remote to face you again if you want, because I just set it so I could show the remote. You're the one that has the functions, showing the functionality. And you can just kind of, it's like a set and forget, type thing where you just, the thing that I think is cool is like we have a slightly different sleep schedule. So when I come into the room, it turns green. So it has a nice, it allows me to like not, I don't have to turn, I used to have to like come in the room, turn the light on, which would disturb her. And then I'd go to get in the bed, where this nice green light that it emits is bright enough to light up the room so that, but it's like a pleasant low light, better than a night light, but not as obtrusive as an overhead light. It allows me to go into the room and get in bed, and I kind of enjoy it. I like that. It's kind of a soothing light. It's got a memory function feature. I don't know how have you tried that? We're talking about how you can set it to dim, and then it returns that same dim level. Oh, okay. So they're saying like once you set the kind of brightness level that you like, right, it'll always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps that.
Okay. They really talk about they really are proud of the cord free nature of it, which is like I said, that's cool. You can just it has its own charging thing that's not plugged in right now, and it's working. And so like you can take that anywhere. So if you have a reading nook, you can take it to your reading nook and read and block the blue light, or you can set it next to your bed, bookcase, take it anywhere. The size, I thought it was going to be this huge thing, huge light. They were like a lamp, but it's relatively small. It's about like I said, size of a smart, it's like the size of a smart device. So it's pretty cool. They also speak on the things I already mentioned about the how it helps your eyesight. It's good for your eyes. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a very cool little product. And like I said, my wife has been. I've had her come sit down so she can speak on what she's experienced. It's been like 3 months
that you've been pretty much
using it. So yeah, so and then you've been using it every single night for
right.
3 months. Right. So and I think knowing you, the type of person you are, if you weren't seeing a benefit from it, you would have just gave up on it like within a week or so and just been like, I'm out.
Yeah, I would have told you whether I liked it or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. You can use the remote. So if it's not close to you, you can use the remote. I think I have this about 80%. So you can take it all the way down to 10%. Wow. Okay. And you can take it all the way up to 100%.
My eyes.
Yes. So it can get really bright. And I keep it about here when I'm going to bed, because then I'm reading.
Right.
So I want it a little bit like that. You can, like they say, I'm going to press 120 minutes here.
Okay.
So you press the button, it flashes, and you know that it's going to go off in 120 minutes. You got a 30-minute, a 60-minute, a 90-minute, and 120 minutes. Yeah, you can either use a remote or there's a little touch piece here.
Yeah, I was showing that.
That
That much I know about.
yes, nice sensitive touch.
Right.
To me, when I first started using it, I was like, this thing doesn't work. But I did like the red light. I turn off every light in the room and just use this light.
Right.
And it does feel as if I'm not straining my eyes, and I read in bed. So it feels better, I think, than straining your eyes with a bright light.
Right.
And like Mike says, when it's green, it's not that harsh green.
Right.
And it's not that blue light that everybody hates off all their equipment.
Right.
Off all their machinery and stuff, you know.
Right. Like you turn the TV off or whatever, and it has that like blue light.
That blue light that sears your eyeball.
Right.
But yeah, no, I like it. I think that it does help. It does help me to regulate my sleep.
Right.
Now I can be stubborn. If I want to read, I'm going to read for a long time. But I do feel like it makes me have a deeper sleep.
Right. Yeah, I notice you do. You stay in bed longer, and you fall asleep faster, and you seem to sleep deeper. So
because I'm a light sleeper.
Right. Yeah, super light sleeper. That's what I said. Like when I come into the room, I used to have to turn the light on in order to go there, and it would you'd wake you up.
Right.
But now there's a lot of times where you said that you haven't even heard me come in.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So I'm
that's a big difference.
So this is 100%.
Yeah.
This is 50%, and then you can take it down even more to, like I say, 10%. So I think it's a good product.
Yeah, good product. I'll leave a link. I'm not getting anything for it. Like I said, they just asked me if I wanted to test it, and I gave it 3 months. Now, most companies wouldn't give you 3-month leeway. When I told them that, they were thrilled. They were like, "Great, we're so happy that you're using it, and let everybody know what you think." And that's exactly what I'm doing. So,
our bedroom is maybe
15 by
like 20 something.
12. No, it's not. It's like 12.
Okay.
12 by like
You're
15.
better with
Smaller
numbers
one.
than I am. But anyway, it seems to put a nice glow in the whole room.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I have had no issues with it. Like I said, I've pretty much enjoyed the. Like I said, I'm a deep sleeper, so I just go in the bedroom and I just pass off.
Right,
I listen to maybe I listen to the radio a little bit, and then I'll fall right asleep. Where you read to fall asleep, and I know that can put a strain on like your eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I thought this was when they asked me if I want to try it, I thought that was great. I was the perfect person, which is you, to like really give it a solid test.
Yeah, and I read on a tablet. I don't even read a book.
Right.
A paper book.
Right.
I read on a tablet. So, yeah.
Yeah, you really need that blocking.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Because you used to try it, the blue blocking glasses and stuff, and they were you couldn't you wouldn't want to fall asleep with them on.
Yes.
And things like this. Where this is unobtrusive, and it turns, like you said, it turns itself off.
Right. You set the time.
And then when you turn when it turns off, it has this nice, pretty green glow, or you could just turn it off.
Right.
So and you can see just from this video, you can see the difference of like the light levels.
Right. And the green glow is when you have it plugged in.
Okay.
So if it's not plugged in, you're just gonna get it on and off.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Okay, that's good. Good to know. So it comes with the remote. It comes with a USB plug. It's USB C. So the most common standard now, which is pretty cool. And like I said, you could keep it plugged in, charged all the time, or you could just carry it around with you.
Right.
Like if you were going to a hotel or whatever, it'd be perfect to keep travel with. And so very interesting to try these new technologies, and was really excited to do so. And so I give it a good thumbs up. How about you?
Thumbs up.
All right. Any comments, questions, leave it in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have an awesome day. Light blue blocking.